A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are back with Sharma sir for another Anakalaniya Shloka. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing to our YouTube channel and Spotify channel and writing in your comments and your suggestions there. If you haven't subscribed to our channels, please do. And do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. Sir, a warm welcome to you.
My pleasure.
So, what unique shloka are we going to learn today?
We are going to look at, as a matter of fact, two yogas, one of which is not very difficult to understand, but the other one is the most complex one, till we go into the logic behind it. So, this is from Jatak Parijata. He says, Lagne Shita Kare means one who is cold, which is moon actually. What is being said is Lagne Shita Kare, in the ascendant, moon is placed. Shita Kare means one who is
Cold.
Rays are cold, supposed to be cold, because always moon gives you, it doesn't give you skin burns or whatever. So his rays are pleasant. Let us put it that way.
Right.
Guru Sukhagate. Jupiter is placed in the fourth house. Karma Sthite Bhargava. Bhargava means the son of Bhrugu, which is Venus. If Venus is placed in the 10th house.
10th house, karma.
Then Tunga Swarshagate Divakar Sute. That means if Saturn is either in his own house, own Rashi, which means own Rashi, or in state of exaltation, the Jataka becomes either a king or somebody like a king, which means somebody who has wealth and power. To be very straight, because nowadays there are no kings, but then there are presidents or there are prime ministers who have a lot of money also and a lot of power also. So whenever we say king, we have to understand it in the current context. These times what happen. So all these three planets have got specific houses. Why not Saturn? Is something we must think about. So obviously Saturn perhaps is not in the in a Kendra. That means because the only place left, as you can see, is the seventh house.
7th house, yes.
So why should he not be placed there? He is not placed there because he will be aspecting the ascendant as well as the fourth house.
Fourth house, yes.
From the seventh house, which they don't want. Because he also gains directional strength in the seventh bhava is correct. But he would create some problems in the fourth house of happiness, mother, etc., even the kingdom of the king. And sometimes he may go in depression or he may think too much. A king should not think too much. He has to act to protect his, domain.
Yes, yes, yes.
So this is okay. This is easier. And then why he should be in exaltation or in own Rashi? Because Saturn, when strong, is least troublesome. So you have to understand. They say Shubha Mahashubha, benefics are very much benefics. Then Krura Mahakrura, the malefics, which are rightly said about Krura, which is cruel, that should be the right word. But because one is auspicious, one has to be, another has to be inauspicious, who has different, exactly opposite nature, etc. Vipratam Shanai. In case of Saturn, it is the reverse. What is reverse? He is very harmful when he is weak.
Yes.
Which means by implication, he is, if not benefic, at least he doesn't cause problems.
Problems.
So that is what is being said, because he has three aspects, so placed anywhere, he is likely to aspect one of the Kendras or another. So this is the specific reason why it is said. And then those who have read the Nabhasa Yogas, three benefics in three Kendras lead to what is called as the Shubha Yoga.
Yes.
So this is a classic case of Shubha Yoga, which also talks about somebody becoming a king or similar to a king. But this is relatively, here the only confusion is about the placement of Saturn.
Saturn.
Isn't it? Because three things are. The next one is a bit complex. And the reason is also a bit difficult to understand. Unless we go about it in a different manner, which I propose to do so that everybody understands it. So what is it? Antya, Upantya, Vilagna, Vitta, Sahaja, Vyapara, Geheshu, which means Antya means the 12th house. Upantya, one earlier to it is the 11th house. Vilagna, the ascendant. Vitta, the second house. Sahaja, the third house. Vyapara, the 10th house. If in these places, Saumya Vyoma Chareshu, Vyoma means the air also, and Vyoma also means the zodiac. So,
Yes.
and Chareshu means those who move, which means the benefic planet. Saumya means benefic. Bhupati Samo, he is like a king. Now he is not a king, he is like a king, and Raja Dhi Raja Priya. He is loved by the king. He is almost like king, but not king, and he is liked much by the king. So the question comes is, okay, we can understand 11th, he gains much, money or
Wealth
whatever.
and
There are, and remember, there are only 4 benefic planets, and here the talk is about
6.
you can see 6 planets. So it can only be occur in the four places, isn't it? Because Jupiter, uh, Venus, Moon, and Mercury are there.
Right.
So in these places, it need not be in all the 6 places. Otherwise, it would have become very easy to understand because that becomes a Mala Yoga. Continuously, planets placed in 6 houses beginning from the 10th house. That is not so. And why should he be a favorite of the king? Is another thing we have to understand. And this is where I say this is Anakalaniya Shloka. Till we start thinking in a bit complex manner. Now we have to remember that 9th house is also called Prabhu. It is, we know that that house represents your dharma, or rather the duties that you are supposed to do. It also represents your father. It represents your preceptor, according to whose, but it is also called Prabhu, which means king himself. The 10th house is the throne of the king, 9th house is also king. So anybody who sets, rules for you, king is the highest one. Now from 9th house, if you see, what is happening? See, the 10th house is second to the 9th house, which is the Kutumbasthana, the house of family of the king. So he treats that person because it is a benefic planet.
Right.
He would treat him like his family.
Now,
isn't it? Goes to the 3rd house, that is the 11th. What
younger brother.
Younger brother. 4th house is not only mother, his property also, or somebody who increases his property, or mother, or like his motherland, he loves him. So that could be a female, especially if Venus or Moon is placed there, who are the female planets. But even otherwise, somebody who protects him, he feels that this guy protects me. Whenever in difficulty, I can go.
Yeah, I find security there.
Then you go to the 5th house, he would treat him like his son.
Yes.
Somebody young, very young. Here also Moon is possible, but even other planets are possible, isn't it? And so
Second house.
Next is the 2nd house, which is 6th, the Jnati, we call them. The
family members, yes.
The relatives as such, and especially the maternal relatives. So because benefic is there, naturally he would love them like relatives. So in a different form, he would love that person.
Yes, yes.
It comes to the 3rd house, partner. Not necessarily spouse, but yeah, you can say spouse, but I would say somebody with whom he interacts regularly and is happy with the interaction.
Right.
And that is why he is liked by the king. So this is how it has to be analyzed. Otherwise, we don't get anything. And one person is not all those 6 things. That is why they have given only 4 planets. And here you will find that Mercury and Venus would be either together or just one house
away from
distant from other. So it would be one relative. If he's like relative, he's also like something else. Also,
yes.
So that will make you understand in which way the king likes that person. Right. Isn't it? Sun would not be there. That is why that gap is there.
Yes, sir.
See, because sun is a
no, sir. Sun
planet. So
yes.
sun has to be away from even Venus and
Mercury.
So he would be, if Mercury is ahead, he would be in the next house. If Mercury is behind and Venus is ahead, then he will have to be in the earlier house. So that is why those gaps are left.
Yes, sir.
And they can be anywhere. So at one place or other, you have to have a gap.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, the yoga cannot happen.
Yes.
And this is the beauty of the yoga, and this is why it is complex. I call it Anakalaniya. Even the
Yes.
first one is complex, but it is not as complex because you know that Saturn with strength gives. If he doesn't give good results, he at least will not give the
Not
bad results.
give bad results. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So this is the Anakalaniya Shloka that I was talking
Thank you so much,
about.
sir, for such a beautiful explanation. And it makes us think that there's one thing we must always remember: try to look deep into what the shloka is trying to tell us, and why is the shloka saying something that it is. The reason behind it is very basic, and God lies in details. Thank you so much, sir, for a beautiful
Please
detailed
hit the
show.
bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.